How does Jack Dorsey hire? You don't have to start from scratch to do something interesting. Jack Dorsey. Starting from scratch, it's not necessary to make a massive impact on the world. You need a good idea and the ability to convince others. A failure can happen in any organization, but the real challenge is how you react to it to become an entrepreneur of a company. In this episode, we will talk about Jack's journey and the unique culture that he creates for his employees. For more episodes, please subscribe and like our channel and press the bell icon for notifications. As the founder of Twitter and then $26 billion fintech Square company, Jack Dorsey knows a thing or two about business. The key to his success is a great culture and a great team. So who is Jack Dorsey? As a technology entrepreneur, Jack Dorsey has taken up the mantle of Steve Jobs and Elon Musk. As the CEO of Square and Twitter, he holds the unique distinction of running not just one, but two major companies. According to Forbes, the dual role he has earned Dorsey a net worth of more than $4 billion. As Twitter's co-founder in 2006, the 41-year-old had a turbulent tenure. After being fired from the social media network he helped create in 2008, Dorsey returned as a chief 7 years later. Square is Dorsey's lesser-known but rapidly expanding mobile payment company. Nomura Instinet reports that it has grown even faster than PayPal. Square's cash download has increased by 128% over year to year, each month since 2016, compared to Venmo 74%.
Twitter has a long story. I've always been fascinated by cities and how they work, and I taught myself how to program so that I can understand how the city works. I wanted to visualize them. I wanted to see them. I wanted to play with them. I was inspired by New York City, and just, if you consider New York City, you have all these entities just roaming about the city. You have taxi cabs, ambulances, fire trucks, and they're always reporting where they are and what they're doing. And if you can visualize that, you can actually see how the city is living and breathing and what's happening in the city. So I started building dispatch software. And that's the software that runs these entities, always reporting where they are, what they're doing. I'm in an ambulance at 5th and Broadway. I'm taking a patient in cardiac arrest to St. John's Mercy. Very, very simple model. In 2000, I realized that I had this beautiful picture of all these verticals in the city that make the city work, but I was missing the citizens. I was missing the people. I was missing my friends. So what if I could just take my phone, and we didn't have mobile phones that really worked that well back in 2000. I had this very simple RIM device, which was the precursor to the BlackBerry. What if I could be anywhere and share what's happening? And I could also get everything in real time. What if we did that? And it turns out it was just the wrong time. 2006, SMS got really big in this country. I met my co-founders Biz Stone and Evan Williams, who had worked with Blogger to build Blogger, so they understood the importance of self-publishing. And I just added this real-time aspect, an SMS aspect, and we said, what if, with just SMS and the web, I can go anywhere I want and report what I'm doing and then see what everyone else is doing in real time. Very, very simple start. And the users have taken it from there.
In 2009, Jack Dorsey founded this company. Today, it offers several products such as Square as payment systems, Cash App, Afterpay, and Tidal. The net worth of his company, Block Inc., as of 2021 is $42.35 billion with 8,521 employees. The company is most famous for its product Square. In the following sections, we will talk about how Jack Dorsey's hire for Block Inc., specifically for Square, the hiring process. At FinTech Australia Breakfast in Melbourne, where he announced Square Terminals launch in Australia, Jack Dorsey talked about how Twitter taught him about hiring. In a conversation with Australian fintech startup fintech CEO, Shahira Gardiner, he said startup success boils down to who you hire and how you build your own team. Hire for a purpose. From his experience founding and growing Twitter, Dorsey learned that hiring a great team was less about getting the superstars and more about creating the right team dynamics. He said a company could have top engineers, product people, or designers, but if they are super toxic or negative, it will destroy the entire organization. In building Square's team, he used his prior experiences. The goal was to create a healthy, inspiring, and challenging team that raised bar on our perceptions of what's possible. Recruits were asked a simple question: why Square? The innovation would attract some people who claimed they were interested in being part of the rocket ship business. In Dorsey's opinion, that's the exact wrong answer. He wanted something more personal. An example would be someone had a family member who owned a small business and could not accept credit card. Idealistically, that person would want to participate in the solution. Additionally, they could identify areas where the company was doing things wrong and they could help fix them. Dorsey said Square was looking for someone who is already solving problems and, more importantly, aligned with the company mission. Identify risk takers. Additionally, Dorsey said he likes to test how ambitious and risk-averse potential employees are in the early days of Square. He noted that the startup was entering an industry that tends to be conservative and risk-averse. Square's founder remembered warning at least its first 50 employees. Dorsey said that this company would be a huge success or he would go to jail. There is no middle ground in this.
I think it's huge. I think it's huge because never before have we had such access to that immediate information. And then once we have that information, we can actually participate and interact with it. I mean, it spans and is at the intersection of every single medium and every single media. It's a great way to point to video, to images, to text, to websites, any media that you can imagine, it can point to and carry in real time. And the only other technology I know that's done that well is the web itself. So I put it on the same league as the web.
As a startup entering a highly regulated space, he had to question some of those rules. Employees had to be willing to take risks in the early days. Adding to the uncertainty, Dorsey said it wasn't until employees 60 or 70 that they hired someone with a financial experience. Despite being naive, they pushed themselves to question some fundamentals. The founder explained that Square sought people with the courage to ask why and the strength to answer, I don't know. Let go of the wheel. As Chief Executive Officer of Square and Twitter, Dorsey said he is often asked how he manages both roles and businesses. However, he sees it as letting go of control. He doesn't want to keep himself in the driving seat. A company shouldn't rely on just one person, including the founder. He wants any company he builds to last beyond him and any one employee. Realizing this has changed his perspective on his position. His number one focus is to create a team that has excellent dynamics. Without that, the team wouldn't go far or achieve any accurate results. A healthy dynamic should be self-sufficient, autonomous, and contributing to its health. We need leaders who can step back without getting involved in every decision. When you have to make every decision as a CEO or a leader, you have created a company that will naturally fail when you stop paying attention. It's neither scalable nor empowering for employees. You are unlikely to hire great people when you make every decision. In Dorsey's view, decision-making shouldn't be his responsibility. But if every decision lies on his shoulders, it is an organization's failure. His team's role involves raising the bar on what people thought was possible, reminding them that the impossible has already been accomplished and encouraging them to keep going. Throughout the company, everyone's skills improve as they strive to become more efficient and effective. His role is mainly to serve customers better, be creative, ensure that the team pushes themselves to be 1% better every day. If a leader is involved in every single decision, it leads to less empowering office environment and can be detrimental to innovation. According to Dorsey, that is not scalable, it is not healthy, and it won't lead to actual inventions. It takes a team to come up with the true inventions. The work culture. Being a great workplace is the difference between being a good company and a great company. Block Inc. focuses on offering the best work culture to its employees. They are free to work whenever suits them best, even if it does not cover the traditional working hour schedule. Employees are offered competitive salary packages with several perks, including health benefits, paid time off, incentive programs, and reimbursements. Jack Dorsey believes in creating a diverse work environment and making his employees feel valued and heard. If you are working in this hardware design team in the company, your suggestions on financial or other department would be asked, listened to, and valued. This is how Jack makes it a great place to work for employees. As a regular employee, you might reap benefits such as work from home kit, electricity and internet bill reimbursement, cafes at several locations in the office, gym, free reimbursement, free fitness classes, phone bill reimbursement, LinkedIn learning, and transportation allowance. Tips: how to prepare for the interview. Before applying for an interview at Block Inc., we recommend getting an overview of the products and services offered by the company. Jack Dorsey loves to evaluate technical skills by providing programming tasks to candidates. The pro tip: storytelling is the best thing you can use to showcase your skills. You can use real-life experience to demonstrate your knowledge of the job you're interviewing for. The interview process. The interview process at Block Inc. involves 3 phases. The first phase includes an interview with the recruiter team. They will ask you about your past work experience and why you want to work at Block Inc. In the second phase, you will meet several team members from the team and role you are interviewing for. They will ask you about the projects you have done in the past and your career goals. In the last phase, you will be asked to do a case study and complete a project to evaluate your technical skills. The interview questions: why are you here? Jack Dorsey always tries to find a person obsessed with the same passion as him. He loves to fix things, and he looks for the same in his employees. So, if you are applying for a specific role in his company, you can have the edge over other candidates. If you can prove to him that there is something wrong with his system, backed by solid proof, and convince him that you can help solve that, it's the best way to get hired. This shows that you care about the company even though you are not working there yet. How many times have you said no? This can be a tricky question. The interviewer is not looking for a specific number here. Instead, they want to find out if you are a risk taker. This is because Jack Dorsey considers himself a risk taker. Founding multiple companies, he believes that being a founder is not a job, but it's an attitude. It's something that will keep happening for us to move forward and make progress. This question is asked to find out if you are a risk taker. Be very smart while answering this question. Dorsey wants to hear that you believe in risk taking so badly that it makes others fall towards you. Are you still in school? When you are asked this question in an interview, you must always say yes because Dorsey has learned at every stage of his life. Your answer should be that you are consistently learning and growing. He once said, "I've always been fascinated with cities and how they work. So I taught myself to program so I could understand how the city works." While starting his new startup, Block Inc., Jack and his employees were less aware of credit cards, finance, and banking. But it was worth taking the risk. Remember to say yes with a logic analysis behind your answer. This increases your chances of getting hired. Why do you think you are the right fit? If you are going into technicalities about a specific role you have applied for, it is best to relate that to the company's culture. You can use words such as team player, empower, and delegate to build a powerful answer. Jack does not care about getting into technicalities. He has employed over 40 employees that do not have any financial experience. Remember, the first impression is the last. Take on the role of the interviewer to do this. They are looking for honesty. Your answers should be drawn out of real-life experiences. You should have a mindset focused on working smart and getting results. Conclusion: Jack Dorsey is a pro risk taker and looks for the same in his employees at Block Inc. The reason to start Block Inc. was the inability of Jack Dorsey's friend Jim McKelvey to complete his sales target of $2,000 because he could not accept the payment through credit cards. Jack and his employees were less aware of credit cards, finance, and banking. But still, he took the risk and made it to the top. Remember, the key to making the best first impression is being yourself. Demonstrate your ability to work at a fast-paced company and the willpower to reach the top. That's all for today's episode. If you have any questions about this episode, please feel free to write it in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and give this episode a thumbs up. It will help the algorithm to promote our channel. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next episode.